Welcome to Social Media Marketing, Chapter 8. Today we're talking about use paid social media. Um, this week we're going to be exploring paid social media as well as an assignment of writing a paper about paid social media. So let's get to the chapter first and then we'll talk about your homework. First, Chapter 8, using paid social media, advertising on social media platforms. Advertising on social media platform versus other forms of digital advertising. Let me tell you, internet advertising has grown in recent years, surpassing TV advertising in revenue and has become the second largest advertising channel in the world. Social media advertising is any form of digital advertising that uses social media sites like Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn and apps like WhatsApp, and involves advertisers paying for ad placement. Very easy to spot a social media ad if you go to Facebook and you go to your timeline on Facebook. You'll notice a sponsored below your the post that is an ad. You can also get an idea of how they're targeting you by hitting the three dots next to this. Why am I seeing this ad? Now it'll tell you, you may have visited their website and how they're targeting you based off of your information that you shared with Facebook. So, going back to our lesson plan, why is it so valuable? Well, because unlike other forms of advertising, there's extended reach and targeting for this. I think the last count, there was 86 million people on Facebook. The targeting on Facebook is tremendous. Why? Because everybody records everything about their lives on social media. And that little checkbox that you checked when you signed up to use Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest for free and not pay for it, you gave up the rights to the information that you put on that platform. So when you talk about, oh, that social media can't use my information to advertise to me, no, that's not actually right. You checked a little box that said, I will use Facebook. I want to use Facebook for free. And you get to advertise to me using my information. You may have not read it. I'm guaranteed 99.9% of you did not read it. I didn't even read it. But Facebook now owns that data that you put on that platform. And we as advertisers can use that data to advertise our products and services to you. So for instance, in this example, the company Drift knows I'm 18 or older, knows I live in the United States, and knows that I have visited that website. So that's what makes social media advertising so powerful. And we'll go over all the different targeting things that you could do in social media here in a second. So, social media advertising has value not only from the consumer exposure, but also from the social interactions that may follow with the ad if the consumer proceeds to share that ad. And I think in this example here that you can see that people are commenting and sharing and liking it. So it's already working on that aspect. A collection of information on individuals also allows consumer data, people to take advantage of the consumer data through creating detailed micro-target groups made available to advertisers. That's the targeting aspect, right? So all that data, everything that you put on Facebook, they're actually recording it and making it available to their advertisers to use for advertising. How effective is it? It's very effective. Facebook ads have an 8 to 9 times higher click-through rate than display ads and promoted tweets. Why? Because these ads are more relevant to what you care about, what you're posting about on Facebook. If the ad is aligned towards those interests and those uh, likes, you're going to have very relevant ads delivered to you. So let's talk about the disadvantages of social media. Three main disadvantages: dependence on a few key players setting the rules, conversion, and the speed of turnover. So let's talk about the first one, the dependence on a few key players setting the rules. Companies like mine, have to adjust to changes in formats and pricing of site-specific advertising options. Such dependency introduces uncertainty related to advertising effectiveness beyond a short-term perspective. Your homework assignment, I share with you a targeting sheet from Facebook that shows you all the different targeting options from that are afforded to you. However, due to recent laws like GDPR and the California Consumer Privacy Act, this list has been greatly pared down. So what was available to us as a targeting option before may not be in a month. It changes very quickly, and there's only a few people setting the rules. One, the platform itself, and two, the government that it operates in. So that is a huge disadvantage. The other disadvantage is conversion. Social media ads are generally more effective in the early stages of the buyer's journey and less effective in the final buying or conversion phase. What do I mean from this? I mean that ads on Facebook are generally better performing if they're more information based, that drive you to the website to learn more, rather than a buying based ad that shows you a product and says buy now. You're more likely to click on an ad that's more information based, and that's just general human nature. We're a little bit guarded towards things that we see online. And then finally, the speed of turnover. Social media ads must rotate often, incorporating fresh and timely content. Why is that? It's because of the fact that it lives on a timeline. You can only show an ad to somebody 3, 4, 5 times, and then you got to rotate and show you a new ad. Ad fatigue is a very real thing in social media ads. So what are some key decisions for planning advertising on social platforms? Well, which social media platform to advertise on, how to get people to pay attention, how sticky the ad is, and how much to pay for it, right? A fourth one that they don't show here is who to show your ad to. You can't show your ad to everybody. Let's take, for example, one of your local businesses. If I was using the Facebook ad platform, I would target your specific audience only. So remember in the homework assignment where I said to choose a company and tell me about your primary target, you should have painted a picture saying, okay, if I own a bar and I want a pub and grill and I want to advertise to people that could be customers, I would advertise to people 21 and older who probably live within a certain mile radius of my site. If it was a sports bar or grill, I might choose the local team fans, fans of football, fans of baseball, maybe beer drinkers, burger connoisseurs. So as you can see, I wouldn't just go on Facebook and say, show this to everybody on Facebook, because somebody in California that doesn't like sports, I don't need to show them my ad. So that's what I mean by targeting. Integrating social media advertising with other communications. It's important that marketers consider social media advertising to be a part of an entire plan or an integrated communications plan. And if it's a part of multiple ads in multiple locations, you have a much better effectiveness. A one-channel approach may result in short-term gains, but a multi-channel approach will be your key to growth. So let's talk about the homework. So the first thing is read chapter 8 and take this quiz in Stu King. The second thing is the Facebook advertising creation. So Facebook ads are perhaps the best form of advertising currently offered. I'm talking about Instagram when I say Facebook too. Not only can you choose a wide variety of different formats, you can also use precise targeting to position your ads directly to those who can use your products or services. I've also attached here the different ad formats. So I want you to specifically tell me about your company and your product and what ad format would you use. Would you do a photo ad? Would you do a video ad? Would you do a story? Maybe a messenger ad, carousel ad, slideshow ad, collection ad. But I want you to tell me about which ad formats you would use. And then I want you to tell me how you would target your consumers. Now I've added in here a complete guide to targeting. So I'm going to open this up here on the screen. And it's going to show you all the different ways that you can target people by demographics, location, what they do for a living, how they're connected to other people, their interests, custom audiences you can upload. So I'll need you to go through here and kind of pick how you're going to target your customer. So with those two options, your assignment is to write a one-page paper and tell me about a concept for a Facebook ad in your business. All right? You don't have to make the ad. That's going to actually be a bonus assignment. But tell me about your ad, what type of format you would use, what the imagery would be, who you would target using that targeting options, and how much you would budget for it, and what would be your return on investment. Would you want sales from it, or would you want more likely to drive people to your website or some other top of the funnel type of action? So that is your homework assignment. Take quiz chapter 8, do the Facebook advertising creation paper. Finally, you now have access to round 3 of your Mimic simulation. There's a lot of confusion about this from some people that have refused to watch the videos. The odd number rounds are you actually making posts. The even number rounds are you reporting on the results of those posts. So when you go into your simulation for your round 3 and you create your posts, you're going to hit round 3, run simulation. So I'm going to make 15 to 20 posts in round 3 based off of what I've learned from my round 1 efforts. And I'm going to hit simulate. Round 4. This is where you're going to put in each information. It's going to ask you questions. Fill out these questions, the answers to these questions, and hit submit. That's it. You're done. That was round 4. So round 3 is actually making 15 to 20 posts and scheduling them. Round 4 is answering those questions. Now, I'm ready for round 5 when it begins on the 27th. So very easy to do. Again, that's all I'm looking for. You notice I'm now on round 5. Round 3 is doing the post. Hit run simulation when you're done. And then round 4 are those 4 or 5 questions that it asks you. After you hit submit, it will take you to round 5 where you're ready to go. Hopefully you've watched this video, and hopefully if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Good luck.